No, what's good, everybody? I am Mike Pendleton. Welcome into Coaching Company right here on our Coaching Company YouTube page and social media. However you consume us, we are just happy that you consume us. What a day in the NFL. We're going to run through it very quickly. Before we do that, because what an electric game we just had down in the Dirty D in Dallas between the Cowboys and the Eagles. We waste no time whatsoever, and I will replay this for those as I'll let everybody kind of find their groove into joining us here this evening. Actually, gonna have to. It's gonna take a second, but I do have some picks here for you. So as I attempt, hopefully, to get those picks here, let's start off with the early games. First and foremost, we have the Patriots 26-20 over the Bengals. A lot closer than I thought it would be. But the Patriots get their, I believe, 10th win in a row. Drake May, 294 yards passing, 1 touchdown. No Jamar Chase, but they definitely had Chase Brown for Cincinnati. He had 19 carries, 107 yards, while Hunter Henry paced the receivers with 7 receptions, 115 yards, and a touchdown. One of the many, actually, we're going to wait on that one. Welcome, Kimberly. Welcome, Walsey. Oops. Kimberly says she already cashed Bengals under 9.5 wins. There you go. There you go. I think that's all you need, Kimberly. That's all you need at this point. Packers roll over the Vikings 23-6. No Josh Jacobs in this game, but there was Emmanuel Wilson, 107 yards and 2 touchdowns for him. The Vikings and J.J. McCarthy could do absolutely nothing on offense. A very surprising game between the Seahawks and the Titans. If you had to over that, cash 30-24. Cam Ward, 256 yards and a touchdown. Jameer Dike had a 99-yard punt return touchdown, but how about Jackson Smith-Njigba, maybe the most underrated wide receiver in football? 8 receptions, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dude is legit. 1,000%. One of the very best in all of the National Football League. The Ravens roll past the Jets 23-10. The Ravens now atop and first place in the AFC North. And speaking of the AFC North, I told you guys. I'll get to that in a second. Let's look at the overtime games that we had. First and foremost, the Chiefs and the Colts. Chiefs come back. They get back into the win column, 23-20 over the Indianapolis Colts. Patrick Mahomes, no touchdowns, but 352 yards through the air. Kareem Hunt, 104 yards and a touchdown. While the Lions, hey, word to the Giants, you might want to cover, tackle, block, anything. Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries, 219 yards, and 2, including the game-winning touchdown in overtime. But what a game for Jameis Winston in that one. 366 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception, and a receiving touchdown. Might be the best play of the year, to be honest. I mean, Jameis Winston, not only did he catch a pass, but he ran it in. It wasn't a little wobbler into the into the end zone. It was a full-on catch and run for Jameis Winston in the most entertaining play I've seen all season. And I guess I'll do it. I won't waste any more time. JC1 is here. JC1, first place, Chicago Bears, bear down. No Aaron Rodgers. I'm not going to say no problem because there was a lot of problems. Plenty of injuries on both sides of the field for both teams. The Bears playing with their 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th string linebackers. They pick up a 31-28 win. So Coach cashed his ticket on the morning show on that one. Caleb Williams, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did good enough. He had the strip sack fumble, but Montez Sweat had 2 sacks on the game. Just an awesome performance. And Nashawn Wright, the cornerback for the Chicago Bears, one of the most improved best stories of this NFL season. I absolutely love that kid playing inspired football after losing his college coach to a shooting just 2 weeks ago. So Bears win. Next up, the Philadelphia Eagles. And let's talk about those Philadelphia Eagles because my man Walsey's in the chat. Walsey, we manifested it. I yelled it into the camera. I told the world it was going to start off with the Bears at 12. It was going to move to the Cowboys at 3 o'clock. And now, damn it, here at 4 o'clock Eastern, I should say. And at 8 o'clock tonight, in minutes from now, let's go Buccaneers. The Cowboys, 24 unanswered points to knock off the Philadelphia Eagles. What a game in Dallas. A lot of emotion in Jerry's world, and the Cowboys come back and they get the dub over the Philadelphia Eagles, who are now 8-3, tied with the Chicago Bears. Falcons roll over the Saints 24-10. Kirk Cousins making a start there for Atlanta with Michael Penix out for the year. And then another overtime game. The Jaguars defeat the Cardinals 27-24. And I don't like to sit here and say, I told you so, guys. But I told you so. How about Shedeur Sanders? We cashed his over. We cashed the Browns with the points. We cashed them on the money line. The Browns and Shedeur Sanders. What a game. 24-10. Shedeur Sanders a little bit better. 11 of 20, 209 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Only took 1 sack. Speaking of sacks, how about that Browns defense, which I told you guys about this morning. 10 sacks of Geno Smith. And, let me check my notes. Quinshawn Junkins, another guy I told you about. Oh, just 47 yards, 2 touchdowns compared to Ashton Jency, who had 0 rushing touchdowns, but did have, I will give him his flowers, 8 receptions, 58 yards, and a touchdown. So, on the ground, the Browns got it done. Through the air, the Browns got it done. Shedeur Sanders, tip of the cap to you, sir. All right, let's waste no time. This is a very short show tonight because we started late due to the ending of the Cowboys and Eagles. And you guys know what I got. I got a 6-pack of plays for you all. No bias. No bias. Because I realized when I have bias, I get too emotional. I get too energetic. It just becomes too much. So here's what I got for tonight. Give me the over 49.5 at a minus 110 between the Buccaneers and the Rams. Both these offenses are very capable of putting up a lot of points, and that's what I expect them to do. And in order to get us to that over, give me the Buccaneers team total over 21.5 at a minus 102. And then give me Baker Mayfield. You guys know I love me some Baker Mayfield. Over 1.5 passing touchdowns. That is at plus money at a plus 105. Kyren Williams, the great running back for the Los Angeles Rams, over 77.5 rush and receiving yards combined at a minus 115. And then give me Matthew Stafford, over 269.5 passing yards at a minus 115. And one more for Tampa Bay, Sean Tucker. I love this number for Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker, over 49.5 rush and receiving yards for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers running back. Rashad White will be the guy. Bucky Irving is coming back. But I believe if the Buccaneers are going to pull this off on the road in Los Angeles, Sean Tucker will be a big part of the reason why. So Sean Tucker over 49.5 rush and receiving. I am looking here to see what he did in his last game. I know he absolutely went off, and he did. 106 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 34 yards, and a touchdown as a receiver. So well over 49.5 for Sean Tucker. All right, if you guys got any thoughts, comments, questions, please feel free, drop them here in the chat. Wild day in the NFL. If I checked my notes here, I believe 4 games go to overtime. I know I just talked about them all, but we had some records passed. We'll give Kimberly some flowers and shout out here, and shout out as always to Kimberly and all of you joining us here in the chat. Kimberly, good game to you, chat queen. Lions going to overtime. Chiefs and Colts going to overtime, and the Cardinals and Jaguars going to overtime. So 3 games go into overtime, and what a day it was. All 3 of those teams desperately needed those wins, and they avoid misery with their overtime victory. Let's take a quick look at the standings here as well. Actually, before we even look at the standings, we're just going to look at the playoff picture if we can. Can't do it that way, Michael. Go by the conference here. New England Patriots currently sit with the number 1 seed in the AFC. Behind them, the Denver Broncos and Indianapolis Colts 2 and 3. The Baltimore Ravens, after their win over the Jets and the Steelers lost to the Bears, the Baltimore Ravens now in first place of the AFC North. Plenty of time in that division. Now the Steelers sit at 8th, while the 3 wildcard teams right now, the Chargers, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Buffalo Bills, still in the hunt. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Houston Texans, and, oh yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs. So a 10-team race there in the AFC, going to be very interesting down the stretch here in the remainder of the regular season. And looking over now at the NFC, and guys, I would never freaking brag. I would never brag. But the Los Angeles Rams currently at 8 and 2. Their game is tonight. That's why we're all here. The Philadelphia Eagles at 8 and 3. The Chicago Bears at 8 and 3. In the number 3 seed, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 6 and 4 atop the NFC South. Your 3 wildcard teams in the NFC right now are the Seattle Seahawks, Green Bay Packers, and San Francisco 49ers. So huge implications all across the board for the Rams, for the Buccaneers, and you know what that means. If the Buccaneers somehow pull off this upset, Black Friday, the Eagles and the Bears will be playing for the number 1 seed in the NFC. But we're not there yet. We're very, very close, however. The Detroit Lions at 7 and 4. They're the one team that's really, really knocking on the door behind the 49ers. The Panthers and Cowboys still in the race to try and crack into the wild card. Dallas moves to 5-5-1 with their win over the Eagles today. JC1 says Shador looked like he had first team reps. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? After all the dogging, after all the comments, after all the hate, who would have thought a guy on, let me see, a full week of practice taking on the Las Vegas Raiders could show up and look like he plays quarterback in the NFL. A tip of the cap to Shador Sanders. That was a fantastic display for Shador. We did have a couple milestones passed, as I said I would mention. How about, this was beautiful. Even as I'm watching the game, competitive fire, TJ Watt passes his brother JJ Watt for the most sacks in the Watt family. You had Derek Watt, their brother, in attendance. You had mom and dad in attendance in Chicago. JJ Watt on the call. A beautiful strip sack, the most in the NFL since 2017. TJ Watt doing what TJ Watt does. So a tip of the cap to you, Mr. TJ Watt. And finally, Dak Prescott. How about Dak Prescott, Walsey? How about some Dak Prescott? He passes Tony Romo to become the Cowboys passing yard leader in the win over the over the Philadelphia Eagles. Prescott going 23 of 36 with 354 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, 1 on the ground. A great overall performance from Dak Prescott in that game. And then JC1 says, sack for a fumble touchdown was nice. It was a big WTF for me. Me too, JC1. Me too. As soon as it started to look like it was going to unravel, somehow, some way, the Bears found a way to get it done. T. Higgins injured in the loss to the New England Patriots. He suffered a concussion. That's a huge loss. Obviously, this week with no Jamar Chase, we will check the status of him leading into next week's game. On the Pittsburgh Steelers side, Mike Tomlin said he expects Aaron Rodgers back versus the Buffalo Bills next week. So that is all. And like I said, guys, we're not staying longer than 20 minutes. If you guys have any questions on any plays or anything you want to drop into the chat before we get out of here, I just want to say I appreciate you guys for joining up late. Obviously, as you know, as these games get more and more important, we will be coming on live at the conclusion of games in the late afternoon window. Cosmic Charlie, thank you for asking. I have a 6-pack of plays because who doesn't like a good 6-pack on a Sunday night? And as I mentioned, start off the show, no bias here. I just want to see a good game. So give me the over at 49.5 at a minus 110. Along with that, if you're going to get to the over, you're going to need points scored on both sides. So give me the Buccaneers team total over 21.5 at a minus 102. Give me Baker Mayfield over 1.5 passing touchdowns at plus 105. These odds courtesy of BetMGM. And then give me Kyren Williams, the out of this world running back for the Los Angeles Rams, over 77.5 rush and receiving yards at a minus 115. And then the man who's in the lead for the MVP race, Matthew Stafford, give me him over 269.5 passing yards. And finally, a number I love in tonight's game, Sean Tucker, Buccaneers running back, over 49.5 rush and receiving yards, minus 115. He went off last game. I will leave that screen up for anyone who maybe wants to take a screenshot, maybe get their own feel off of the picks. But Sean Tucker last week just went over, well over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns in a win, or excuse me, in a loss over the or to the Buffalo Bills. So those are my 6-pack of plays. That was a very quick recap in week 12 of the NFL season. If you guys have any other questions, and I feel bad that I'm leaving you guys, but here's the thing. You guys got to get your picks in. You guys got to get your plays in. I got to do the same thing. So without further ado, we got 4 minutes until kickoff. Enjoy your Sunday night. Enjoy the final Sunday night game here in the NFL's Week 12 of the regular season. We got 2 more games on the dock. We got the Buccaneers and the Rams tonight. We've got the Panthers and 49ers on Monday Night Football. For everyone here, producer man, the coach, Raphael, the entire team at Coaching Company, and all of you who make this possible, we will be back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, right here on the Coaching Company YouTube channel, only on the Coaching Company YouTube channel and social media because of the holiday. We are preempted on Stadium. So as JC1 says, LFG, we'll see you in the AM, and let's cash these tickets tonight. Thank you, JC1, Cosmic Charlie, Nate G, Kimberly, Walsey. Congratulations to you, my good friend. Congratulations to all of you who cashed tickets. Your boy went 3-1. Let's keep that rolling. Let's see how we do of these 6 plays here tonight. Good luck to you all. Thank you so much for joining us. I love you guys so much. Really don't do this without you guys. I could talk football all day long, but we got to go enjoy football. So for everyone here at the brand, I am Mikey P, best known as Mike Pendleton. We will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, Coaching Company, right here on YouTube.